Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Tech Day. We're here with our Tech Diva, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur, and our Tech Diva. And we will be joined shortly by Miss Terry Johnson from New York City, who wants you to know that attention is necessary when it comes to tech. I'm Terralina from California Cover-Ups, and we're the Biz Chicks. Welcome to the show today.
Hey,
we'll start with our famous this week, in tech history. How you doing, Fran?
Hey, good morning, everybody. I want to welcome everyone that is watching live on YouTube and live on Facebook, and for all those who are watching the replay on YouTube and Facebook. We just want to say thank you, welcome, take a seat, post your questions, tech questions, tech things that you want to share with us, new tech that you have acquired and that you're working with. We just want to know, without technology, I don't think we would be getting a lot done. So as Terry said, we're going to talk about this week in tech history. And November 11th, 1973, Ethernet is born. Remember the Ethernet cables? Ethernet. Okay. As invented by Robert Metcalfe and David Boggs, an Ethernet network functions for the first time. From its humble beginnings as a research project at Xerox PARC, Ethernet has developed into the de facto standard for business and home networking. November 12, 1990, Tim Berners-Lee submits a proposal for a hypertext project he calls World Wide Web. In this proposal, he lays out his vision for what will, of course, become the modern web. In about 3 months, he will have a web browser ready, and in only another 3 months, the first web server will go online, marking the launch of the World Wide Web.
Whoa, today's the day. We need to celebrate.
Well, that was November 12th, 1990. And 1990 does not seem that long ago.
Doesn't.
Okay. November 12, 2000, Microsoft declares tablets are the future. Bill Gates demonstrates a functional prototype of a tablet PC. Excuse me. Microsoft claims the tablet PC will represent the next major evolution in PC design and functionality. However, the tablet PC initiative never really takes off, and it isn't until Apple produces the iPad in 2010 that tablet computing is widely adopted. The author of this post says, in his opinion, Microsoft's failure with the tablet PC initiative was threefold. First, they simply tried to adapt Windows, an operating system designed for use with a keyboard and a mouse, for use with a touch screen and pen. Users never really warmed up to the awkward hybrid interface. Second, by their own words, they were incorporating the convenient and intuitive aspects of pencil and paper into the PC experience rather than innovating. It appears to me that the author of this post, that Microsoft was moving backwards by trying to graft an older paradigm, pencil and paper, onto a computer. It's one thing to create an app or peripheral that mimics pencil and paper. It's another to base an entire technology initiative around it. And finally, they left the design of the hardware to their OEM partners, most of whom are not especially well known for innovating designs. Most tablet PCs were considered too big, heavy, and expensive. Plus, the required pen stylus was prone to loss. All of these factors left many tablet PC collecting dust if they were sold at all. But apparently Apple
figured it out.
I like my pencil. Yes, I do too. November 13th. November 13th, 1851, the first underwater telegraph cable. British telegraph engineer John Watkins Brett and his brother Jacob Brett, the world's first operational underwater telegraph cable, opens for business, connecting the English city of Dover to the French city of Calais. The cable was ran at the narrowest point of the English Channel. With this link, communication between London and Paris was made possible. And that was November 13th, 1851.
See.
Let's see. Mariner 9 orbits Mars, the first spacecraft to orbit another planet. That was November 14th, 1971. NASA's Mariner 9 reaches the planet of Mars and becomes the first man-made object to orbit another planet. Mariner 8 was scheduled to be the first, however, due to launch problems, it failed to make it out of Earth's atmosphere. The Soviet Mars 2 and Mars 3 space probes reached the planet on November 27th and December 2nd, respectively. Come on. November 14th, 1997. 1 week after reports surfaced identifying a flaw in certain Pentium processor, Intel releases a software workaround for operating systems to avoid the commonly named FO bug. So this story is called Intel Bugs Out. A very specific invalid operation passed to the affected processors would cause the chip to lock up, causing the computer and any software running on it to freeze. Identified by Intel as the invalid operand with locked, whatever, for all of that long language, the guy put seriously, the flaw, while potentially a serious problem, was practically little more than a PR headache, as the invalid operation that locked everything up, it only affected older Pentium processors, not the Pentium 2. So everybody has had some type of problem with their stuff, bugs and all. Let's see, November 14th, 2006. Microsoft introduces Zune. Microsoft releases their Zune media player intended to compete with Apple's iPod. Hailed by some as an iPod killer, the only killing done was by Microsoft less than 5 years later when they ended production of the Zune brand. Otherwise known as simply another media player to fail to the iPod behemoth, the Zune is considered a spectacular failure when taking into account the weight of the Microsoft brand at the time. The Zune's lack of success foreshadowed of the decline of Microsoft in the new world of technology, once Apple introduced the iPhone and iPad, effectively ending the PC era.
Wow.
That's why you have to keep innovating. You can't stop. November 15th, 1971 was the dawn of the microprocessor. An advertisement in the magazine Electronic News announces the Intel 4004, the first commercially available microprocessor. And then November 16th, 1904, John Ambrose Fleming applies for a U.S. patent on what he called the oscillation valve, the first example of the vacuum tube. Vacuum tubes would form the basis of electronic technology for nearly 50 years until the development of the transistor. Fleming's invention has been described as one of the most important developments in the history of electronics. November 16th, 1982, Steve Jobs writes a letter to Macintosh Labs asking for the rights to use Macintosh as the brand of Apple's still in development computer. Macintosh Labs makes high-end stereo equipment. And while Jeff Raskin, creator of the Macintosh project, intentionally spelled the name with a letter A to differentiate Apple's computers from Macintosh audio products, that's so long, Apple was denied a trademark because the name was phonetically identical. Since the Macintosh team had become attached to the name, Steve Jobs wrote the letter hoping to get permission or a licensing arrangement. Gordon Gao, president of Macintosh Labs, visited Apple headquarters for a product demonstration after receiving the letter. However, Macintosh lawyers advised Gao to reject the request. It wasn't until March of 1983 that Apple secured a license for the name Macintosh. In 1986, Apple wholly acquired the trademark for an undisclosed substantial amount of money.
Okay. Interesting.
Very.
There's something in a name.
Yeah, and somebody was willing to pay for that name. So Apple added an A to their Macintosh, where the other people was MC, INTOS. Apple put MAIN, you know what I mean, to MAC. But that wasn't enough because phonetically it sounded the same.
Okay.
But they ended up with it anyway.
Yep. And then they abbreviated it and just said Apple.
Then called it a Mac.
And everybody started calling it a Mac. And I remember Macintosh because that was when they put the computer lab in my daughter's elementary school. And they allowed us to check out computers. So we checked out the Mac. So we had a Mac at the house. And then she would go to computer lab at school, etc. And it was an exciting time. She loved it.
Yep. So, what do we got going on in the news of social media? Or I know The Verge had some stuff coming out about weed and technology.
Okay, well, I want to talk about, what is this article? There's an article over here on the Business Insider about the 50 most high-tech cities in the world.
Okay, cool.
So I'm just gonna name the top 10 because we'd be here quite a while talking about all 50. So the top ranking city is Tokyo, Japan.
Really?
Yeah, I know. Number 2, are you ready for this? Is London in the United Kingdom. I would not have guessed that. Number 3, come on, bring it home, is San Francisco, as you can see right behind me. Silicon Valley, ranked number 3. But the problem is it changed from its number 1 ranking from 2017, but we're still in the top 10. Okay, how you doing this morning, Karen? Excuse me. Number 4 is New York City. Woo-hoo. So TJ will be glad to hear that. But they changed on the ranking of number 2. So evidently in 2017 it was Silicon Valley, then New York City. So they fell to number 4 from number 2 ranking. And then right behind that is Los Angeles, California. So we got several in the top 10. Number 6 is Singapore.
Ah.
I know. Who knew? Behind that is Boston. I'm so glad to know we've got some cities in these rankings. And right behind that, are you ready? Drum roll, please. Toronto, Canada.
Well, that's how we get the drum roll.
I knew somebody would wake up for that one. Number 9 is Paris, and I'm find this interesting with the 1904 reference that you made or something, Fran, earlier. So they always, or 18 something, they've always been very innovative, evidently. So Paris is number 9. Because France is a small country. That's a good ranking. And right behind that is Sydney, Australia with number 10. So if you want to know what all 50 are, you can go over to the Business Insider and see the rest of the listings.
Okay, I have a story, and then Karen, I'm going to let you come in here. The Verge. Instagram will now let users shop items from video posts.
Say what?
Instagram will now let users shop items from video posts. And it says Instagram is continuing to build out its shopping features today with the announcement of 3 new product updates. Users will soon be able to shop videos they see in their feed, save items to a specific shopping collection in their saved posts, and also shop business profiles more easily. The features all point to Instagram creating a more fully formed experience where users can do a large portion of their shopping through the platform just in time for the holidays this year.
Wow.
Very well. The new shopping collection area in Save Post looks like an online store, except with the items you particularly like. You can see it above in this particular post. The posts are all arranged in neat rows so you can scroll through whatever you saved in the event that you want to buy it now. You can do this through the usual bookmark tool. Only certain posts are considered shopping posts on Instagram. Not every brand has opted into a business page. That'll allow them to sell through their profile. Instagram only recently allowed business profiles to tag their stories with products, and now they can do it with video posts in their feeds. So truly, wherever users see an item they want to buy or learn more about, whether they be on the feed or through the stories, they can click through to learn. Those business profiles are also going to those business profiles are also going through a slight design, so all of their shoppable posts will be organized under a new shop button. That way users can treat a business page more like a web store where everything is available to buy.
Wow.
I'm going to go play with Instagram.
More about this. I'm over here on The Verge looking for that article.
Yeah, I will send it to you, because The Verge, when they do articles, I'm lost. Where was because I saw something about, I'll send it to you, Terry. I was looking for something from, I actually think I need to put this in the chat. Copy. Let me see if I can do that. I was looking for, I was actually looking for an article where Amazon was doing something with them. TJ, where are you? I see you over on the side. Let me see. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted.
Amazon is currently in advanced discussions to locate its second headquarters in Northern Virginia. We know that already happened.
No, that wasn't it. This was actually Amazon doing now going to sell iPhones and iPads.
Okay.
That's what that was, and I was like, really? And then when I actually clicked on it, you know how I am. Give me what I clicked for. I clicked on it, and it never took me to that story.
Oh, okay.
And so that's just not cool.
I did see that story on the news earlier this week. But I'm looking down through here to see what's going on.
Oh, here it is. Let me select all. It's just like, come on, people.
I know there's so many overlays with these advertisements.
Okay, so there's the Verge story. I put it in the chat, I do believe. Hey, Gabrielle, how are you? And hey, Christy and Michelle and Tanya and Carlotta, TJ. So, anyway, that is that story. Anybody who plays with that and gets it working, please reach out and say how it works, because I really want to No, I think that's major.
Okay, well, Volkswagen now lets Apple users unlock their cars with Siri.
Okay, but do we trust Volkswagen anymore after they did that?
Volkswagen is getting ready to produce over 15 million electric cars. So the fact that they have this iOS relationship could really turn out to be a big deal. And so I wanted you to know that now you may be able to do that, whether you trust them or not. If you have a Volkswagen, you might have to trust them. Let's see their cars.
That's the other thing, and we, as small business owners, need to learn this. Something might fail, didn't work out well, lost its steam, but they don't stay down.
No.
Dust yourself up and say, okay, so that didn't work. People are not buying anymore. What else can I do? How could I shift this? Who do I need to hire? Bigger companies? Who do I need to hire to help me move this around? For small businesses, maybe they'll go to a person, a coach, a strategist. How do you help me turn this around? Because what do I need to do so that I don't stay in this spot?
So they are partnering with Ford, and they're installing these things, this assistant in the cars. And remember, Ford was the first automaker to bring Amazon Echo into their cars.
Yeah.
So, there is a lot of cross-pollination going on with electronics in the auto industry. And so we can't, and we certainly cannot dismiss Volkswagen, because they are seriously about to produce some electric cars. Hopefully some of them will be produced in America. Because we need the jobs, good jobs. So I wanted you to know about that.
Okay, so Google's Thanksgiving report can help you avoid traffics and crowds, helping you live your best life. With millions of people traveling distances to visit family and friends, Thanksgiving travel can be a problem. But Google Maps is doing something about that. The team has produced a report specifically for Thanksgiving that shows the busiest periods before and after the holiday. The report also shows historically busy times at shopping centers and movie theaters, so you can avoid the lines.
Okay.
You're going to be in a line, people. Sorry to break it to you.
I wanted to share this article. Facebook Messenger reportedly testing a watch videos together feature.
You mean the watch? Yeah, the watch party.
Yes, it's watch party feature where you will be able to bing people. It says here, based on the spotted code snippets, it seems like the watch videos together feature will work a lot like watch party. Drop a video in Messenger, and you'll be able to ping the person or group of people in your Messenger thread so you can watch it all at the same time. Presumably, Facebook is planning to support this feature for videos that are hosted on Facebook, which means that you probably won't be able to use this for, say, hosting a remote movie night with your friends on Netflix. Okay, well, it depends. I mean, I can cast this over to mine. Anyway, in a statement released on TechCrunch, Facebook has commented that this is an internal test, which doesn't tell us much about whether Facebook can release the feature anytime soon. But the functionality already exists for groups, so it's easy to imagine that Facebook will want to offer a similar option for private Messenger threads.
I've been to one already. A friend of mine got a group, and she sent out stuff where they're teaching how to do it, and then she hosted one in her group, and I attended. It was nice. It was fun. And then I didn't have the feature yet, and then I saw the feature in my group. I haven't used it yet, but there it was. Yes.
Oh, see, this is a real good reason to start a group. Now,
so that if you want to tell them on a specific subject, you want to get everybody there, especially when it's a small group. Like my voice had gone, so I haven't done it yet. But I have another friend of mine who does books, and she does the lunches and dinners. Like she does 3 videos a day in her group, and got guests coming on. I signed up to be one of the guests. I haven't presented yet, and you can present both lunch, learn a lunch. That's what she calls them. And so people bring their lunch, and I teach something, or whomever signed up, we teach something. And same thing with dinner. We go in and we teach something, and you take notes. And you know what it is people getting to know you and your networking. That's what it really is. People know what your gifts are, what your superpower are, and they get to know you on a base where they don't feel they have to buy right away. They could if they wanted to, but this is just allowing you to be exposed to the community. So this watch stuff is going to probably further that along.
I think so. I think it's going to be a biggie.
TJ, what you got for us?
Well, you already talked about the things I was going to bring up, so...
No, go ahead and put in your 2 cents.
No, just agree with what you guys are saying.
Okay.
Okay, about which thing?
Which one? We would, the Instagram shopping.
Uh-huh.
That's a good deal.
It's a real good deal. I just need to know how to make it work.
Yeah.
They didn't put that part in the.
Well, it's not for all. It's not for all business profiles. They're probably testing it on larger profiles.
Yes.
And then roll it out to everybody who has a business profile. So you have to have in order to do shopping on Instagram, you have to have a business profile. You cannot do it with personal. So that's step one. You have to connect it to a Facebook business page. And then there's some more settings once you do that where you can have shoppable items in your news feed photos and your Instagram stories. So you could do shopping in the news feed, you could do shopping in the stories, and now this is new thing that they announced was video. You can have a video where the items in the video, people can buy it. It'll have a pop-up menu at the bottom.
Wow.
It's amazing. Yeah. Wow.
Well, similar to that, Google is announcing a new feature for Google Maps messaging businesses. After it rolls out to iPhone and Android users, there will be a new message button on the left-hand side slide out drawer that allows you to message the businesses you find in Google Maps.
Okay.
I thought that already occurred. Well, that might be because I'm using Apple Maps, but I thought that was already there where you can click on the phone number for something. Or
yeah, they have the clickable link. If you put your phone number on your website and on mobile, when you tap it, when you make it a link and it's tapped, it will say, a window will pop up and say, do you want to make a phone call? Because they recognize the numbers, that is phone number.
Exactly, and so that's what I thought too, and I'm thinking, okay, so what is the deal with messaging a business? Okay.
I don't know. We have to look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know about this, but at least I didn't see it on my coaching business page, but on my training business page, where I know people used to use it as bots before, but now Facebook is allowing you, so you can set up something in Messenger so that you can have an answer automatically when people get to your site and want to ask questions. And you can go ahead and fill those in. So for that specific business page, not only my time and days that we're up and working, I have that there, but now they're allowing me to, as soon as people get on the page, to ask them how they're doing and how I can help them, and I could preload that in and answer once I set it up, the first couple of questions, and I don't have to be there, and then I can come in the next day and just check it out.
Yes. Wow. TJ, go ahead, because I think is that the bots that you were talking about?
There's already, Facebook already had with your business pages, there was already an automated, you could have an automated response. I think they're just doing more with it.
Okay.
Because of Messenger, because they updated the Messenger app. So they may have added a few more things to that basic part of it. But that was already there where you could say, what's the default answer? Like you could put a default answer if someone messages you when you use that message feature for your main button on the business page.
Right.
When you have a send, I think it's called send message. The blue button, right below your header where you have an image or a video, there's a blue button to the right. They call it, they have a name for it, but it's a blue button. And you can make it send message, which goes to Messenger. You can have them go to your website. You can have them do different calls to action.
I have mine go straight to my website.
Right. And when you have it send messenger, if you don't have a bot set up, there's a couple of questions you can put answers in that people may want to know, like a general hi, welcome to my page. If you want to reach me, here's a number. Or if you want to have more information, do this. So they had those slots. But now, probably because the Messenger app is updated, they've added more meat to that part, I guess. Because I haven't looked at it in a while. So take a look.
Yeah, and then they showed with this Google thing on Messenger, they did have the phone number, the website, and something else, but they added a message. So like if you're contacting a bakery, you can click message and send them a message and say, hey, just found you guys. Is there any way you can make me unicorn cupcakes? How fun.
Right.
We certainly can. Great. I would like 36. Can I pick them up on Friday? So you're sending them a text message. So Google is doing what Facebook is doing with Messenger.
Right. Because that's the big thing now, is doing that chat bot where you have default answers for questions your customers are going to ask. And in this case, with that example with leaving an order or something, so Google is making it where a business can accept messages like that even if they're closed.
Right.
And then they probably can check it somewhere in Google, probably Google Assistant or Google My Business, or however they got it set up. I would like to see more about like how they're doing it. But that's what it seems like, because that's the big thing in marketing now, is everybody's talking chatbots, automated messages, but you have to be careful with automated stuff, because there's a person at the end of that message, and they aren't going to respond to something automated unless you write it in real language, if you know what I mean. Like you write it like a person is saying it, instead of like a choppy message.
Yeah, if you don't follow through, and you need to follow the three, I think Facebook did great in the 3 steps, only because when you get to the third, you better be available or have somebody in your business available. If not, you're going to drop. You're going to lose them. The customers are going to stay on. They're just not going to stay on. You got to have
Right.
that.
So you have to remember, if you're doing a chat bot in Facebook Messenger, or this, the Google giving you this tool, just remember there's a real person at the end. So say something, in natural language, how you would say it. Don't just go, hi, in a like a robotic voice, because it will make it less robotic and less automated, and you connect to the person even though you're not there. It feels more like there's a real person responding. Have you gone to websites and you've seen a little pop up on the right, and a little chat window will pop up, and it's like a customer service person or someone, hi, welcome to so and so, how can I help you? That's automated, but they write it, the good ones write it in a language that it seems like there's a real person at the end of that live chat on the website.
Yeah, and they do. Yeah, and they tell you, I'll get back to you in a day. If they do have live agents, they'll tell you how long. The ones who's really organized, and the ones who have it on just the autopilot will say, give you the time frame that they get back to you. Yeah. Which I think it's good, because then you're not waiting around and hoping they answer questions. Especially if it's something important that you want to get an answer to right away, right?
Yeah, so you have to remember, when you're using these tools that automated, try to make it as a person would talk, or natural language. Don't just paste something from, I saw this on another website. Do it in your language, like how you talk to your customers. Put that in there. It doesn't have to be like, there's a lot of things where people think, well, when I'm writing for social on the internet, it has to be like I'm in school, like I'm writing a term paper. No, you want natural language, like conversational. We always talking about that here. Conversations build relationships.
Yep.
You need to have it conversational.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care what gets new and I'm going to die and gone. It still remains. The things that started us off, all that people don't want to deal with, is those very same things that make your business work better. If you went to a store and they're just, whatever the trend happening, they're going to get a niche set of people, but not wide enough to sustain them. True, so you want to make sure your voice is being heard for your company, for your business, whether you're solo or you want to grow. You have to have the same foundation and training and what have you. Right.
So anybody playing with new tech or looking to get new tech for Christmas?
Mm.
I want that iPad Pro. I know that. I'm putting it out in the air.
Put it out to the universe.
So TJ, tell us what the new Pro does. It's slimmer. I understand that it's thinner.
Sorry, that's me. Sorry.
Oh, okay. We didn't know. So I still haven't watched the.
Me. Making noise. Sorry. You haven't watched the.
Not yet.
Okay, so the iPad Pro. We talked a little bit about it, but it's as it's, people have bought it, and I've read articles, and there's some people like it's not worth it, don't buy it, and because I think this is the trip up that Apple said it's a replacement for your laptop. I think that was a mistake to sell it that way. Because I see all the tech writers. I read an article yesterday. Talking about, well, it's not replacing my laptop because it doesn't do blah blah blah. And I'm like, Apple really shouldn't have said that. They should have said, okay, you want to do more things mobile. You want to do more tasks, more things than watch. Because this is what people do in the iPad. They will look at the email. They will watch Netflix or YouTube or something like that, a movie, entertainment, read a magazine or any entertainment, things like that. They really don't use it for work. But with the new iPad, they're getting closer to that where you can do more work-related stuff on the iPad, because they've got this new collaboration with Adobe, and they're going to have a full-fledged, this is for creators that, do graphics and stuff. And really, when they get this new Adobe Photoshop on there, it's going to be like using it on the desktop. So people that are writers, the iPad Pro is great because you can connect that new keyboard, and then they have it where it angles two ways and angles. So that new keyboard plus the pen being magnetic, that you could just stick it, because right now the pen, it just rolls. I was looking before the show. I was trying to figure out where to put okay, I got a case for it, but I didn't stick it in the case, and I had it on the desk. I was trying to figure out, because it rolls off the desk, and then the little thing pops off. My little thing, it'll pop off if it hits the floor. And then I'm looking for this tiny little thing. And then this, you have to charge it, you have to stick this part in the lightning port, which is awkward, because then you can't use it, because the iPad, here it is. I'll demo it. So when you have to charge it, look at this thing, like, okay, I can't use it. This thing is...
Yeah, you gotta put it aside and get to other work.
Right, so I gotta put it down and do something else. So that's why I like the pen now, because, and they made, hold on, let me put this. They made the iPad a little, instead of beveled, it's more square, so it'll fit like, it'll just snap on.
Oh.
It'll just, magnetic. And you won't have to worry, because this thing, you want to replace it, it's like, what is it, $100?
It's $100. The new pencil is $129. Now, this is what I have. You see, I bought this case, and there's a sleeve for the pencil.
I have a case, case back here,
see this?
that I can put this in.
Yes, well, see, my iPad is in here.
Right.
And my pencil is right next to it.
Right there.
Yeah, because see, and if I know when I put this in the bag, it has to go in a certain way, and you are looking for the pencil to be here. And you have to change habits to do that. And so I think having
the right case, because Fran has the right case. Like, I have two. I have this little, like, rubbery one that I want to carry around, but there's no place to put the pen. Then the blue one I have back there, it has a place to put the pen, but I don't like that because the keyboard is attached, and the keyboard is magnetic and comes off. So it's like, depending on what I'm doing, okay, I'm going to carry it like this, or I got to get the blue, or I have to flip it out of this, I have to flip it out, like you got to actually pull this off and switch it. So that's my thing. That's why I'm like, I'm loving it, because this will just snap on the side. Never mind the graphics and the hard drive space that it's coming.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing too. The hard drive space is going to be good.
That's the seller.
Yeah, and I like the idea of the pencil magnetic to wherever, and you don't have to have a pencil holder.
Because if you don't have the right case, it's going to be this. You got to keep an eye on this thing and put it.
Yeah, because I had to buy another one. I was doing something, and I'm like, where's my pencil? and if somebody picks it up, they're not likely to give it back to you.
Right. So the new pencil is like a pencil. It has the beveled side, like a flat side, instead of it being totally round. So you put it down, it's less likely to roll. So
okay, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
DJ, you were saying that you were concerned about the ability to recharge the pencil. Does it recharge different on the new one?
Well, see, okay, now the new iPad, when you have it, because it has the side design is different, it will just snap on and it will attach. Like, I can't do it now because my pencil fall off, but it'll just magnetically attach and it'll just go along with the iPad.
But does it
worry about losing it?
But what about
which is probably a complaint.
But does it charge the iPad while, I mean, the phone, it charges the pencil while it's attached.
Right. It's magnetically and it charges, so you don't have to do this thing where it's sticking.
That's what I was asking. Oh,
right. That would be my question too. So
now you do know that you guys can charge your pencil not on, you don't have to put it in there. Our pencils has that little adapter that came and that you can plug it in like you plug in your iPhone.
Yeah, I gotta find mine.
Yeah, I found that out. I did find that out one day.
I gotta find mine.
Yeah, I did find that out, that I could plug it into the wall and take that out and then just leave that in there.
Yeah,
but it's like the remote for the Apple TV. I complain about that too. Like it's just
it's very sleek and very minimalistic, boy. But if you try to turn it, don't get your hands greasy
don't try to type with that thing. So those that hopefully they fix that next. Like the next Apple TV, it'll be like, okay, you know, when you're trying to enter in a password or something, you have to type a phrase, especially YouTube. When I use it for YouTube and I'm looking for something, I have to remember to use the voice, because there's a microphone on it and it will do voice search. So I have to remember. I don't want to move around and try to figure out those letters and miss one and...
Yeah, and then they say that you can use your phone now too to it'll connect up with your phone for your remote.
So there's a phone app.
There's an app. Yeah, the TV app will work as your remote. So
and that works well, because if you got your phone in your hand, just point it.
Yeah, that's a lot better, because sometimes that little remote is, and then don't lose it. You're like, where is the remote? It's very.
I have to make sure we have a little like rubber case for it, like those.
I have a remote.
Neoprene with the neon colors, so it stands out.
Yeah, because the Apple, the remote for Apple, that little thing is tiny.
Yeah, it's a pain. You have to put it away. It needs
Sarah, your phone is disappearing in the background.
I see it. It's like a magic phone. Can you see that now? That's the remote.
Yeah, I use that too when the Roku TV batteries go dead, and I'm like, okay, I gotta get the batteries. I'll use that. That's it.
This is the remote for the Apple TV.
There's only a few buttons in that little blank top at the part. That's where you move your finger.
Right up here, yeah. And this is how you control left, right, up, down.
Oh, no, see. Okay. I need some buttons.
You have to practice on those.
Yeah. My husband was like, how do you change the channel on this thing? I was like, very slowly, you got to practice.
Yep.
Okay.
He's right.
I'm like, okay, and you better know what you want to watch prior to, because you try and maneuver that thing and it slides. It's very
Apple TV is just.
It looks real good.
It's very nice.
It just
design is very nice. They need to think about actual use.
Yeah,
functionality of it.
And I mean, it's very slippery. You know, the iPad is slippery the same way too. I had to hurry up and get a case. It's the same thing. It's that same.
It's like non-stick. I guess non-stick is kind of close to what it is.
Yeah, it's very slick.
Slippery.
Very slippery. And the same thing with my phone. I had to put it in a case. I'm like, what is going on with this? I'm like, no, it's too much money for the phone for me to have it sliding.
You don't want to drop. You don't want to drop it.
Yeah,
Like,
and
that's
there's
right.
a lot of
That's
people
right
who try.
there. That's right. There's part of the income. Because I still to this day see people with their phones and there's no case. And every time I see them like this, I'm like, what is wrong with you?
What are you thinking?
And a little case, it's not that expensive to get a case. I mean, you spend all that money on the phone.
On the phone, like we were on the subway, and I think everybody went like this. So the person dropped it on, and the train was coming. The phone was done, and we're all watching him die slowly. I know we should laugh, but
It is.
the lady just turned to me. She said, "We could just buy a case." It slipped. There was the subway coming, and he just stood there. I mean, I couldn't wait to see if he got out of it.
And it's like, what are you gonna do? Jump down in the trying to miss the third rail, trying to get your phone?
Yeah.
So
He just stood.
That's when you have Apple Care. Whatever your insurance or whatever, get Apple Care, because I left my phone on the top of a car and drove off, and I was on the freeway doing 65, and I heard something go clunk, clunk, clunk. I was like, what is that? And my phone wasn't where it normally was. I was like, oh no.
No.
And then I had driven a little bit, and then I said, okay, where's my phone? So I pulled out the iPad, and I did find my phone on the iPad. It'll tell you where your other devices are.
Yeah.
And it said it was like a quarter mile back on the side of the road. I saw the little line. I saw the little light. And so I went back, got out of the car, walked up and down to try and find it. When I did find it, I didn't recognize it because the phone had been mangled because it had been hit by cars.
Right.
Oh man.
So I picked up the pieces, put it in an envelope, and I was heading back to Sacramento, and I was like, okay, I don't know. I'm thinking, do I have to buy a whole new phone? Who am I going to call? I can't call anybody to tell them I don't have a phone. And then some said, go to the Apple store and just take the bag with you. And they said, oh, you got Apple Care. We can replace it for $100. I was like, yes.
Wow.
I had my phone back.
You have to buy a full-fledged phone.
And it was, oh, we can just replace it for you. And they gave me another phone, and it was $100. I am so glad I paid for Apple Care.
And everything was downloaded from the cloud.
Yes.
Yeah, everything's on the
All
cloud.
my stuff was back, and I was back up and rolling in a matter of a couple of hours?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Everything's back up to the cloud. All you gotta do is log into your Apple ID and then on to the races.
And a lot of people would have, well, I don't want to get that. No. Now I don't do the other insurance, like the other insurances that come with non-Apple phones. Even they try and tell you when you go to Verizon or AT&T or something, get the insurance. Would you like to get insurance with that? But it's not Apple Care. It's the other people where you got to ship your phone and try and get it back and do all of that stuff. I'm like, Apple Care. I can walk into an Apple store and get help.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine who her phone and her computer and everything was just going crazy, and I guess she paid for Apple Care. I don't know. I didn't know what she paid for, but I know they have had her send everything, and then they just replaced her with everything brand new because she did carry in to get it repaired. And they're like, there's no point. Like, it's better off she getting something new. And I think she paid $200 because she wanted a better version or something, whatever that she had. I can't tell you exactly what kind of phone she had. That's all she paid, but she's like, can't compute if I had to get a new Apple phone and my desktop. That would kill me. Money-wise, So whatever she paid for it worked out beautiful.
And that's why you take the time to get good tools for your business. Don't cheap out and try and get, the lesser program. And then one other thing that I would say, don't buy them $5 cables to plug your phone in.
Get the real Apple.
Go to the store and buy the thing. That's whatever phone you have.
Apple accessories.
You have an Android too. Go get it. Don't go get those stuff in sandwiches are fire.
Even
I was thinking with juicy and
don't
good.
buy them online because a lot of them have perpetrated by putting the apple symbol on stuff and changing the language. They're just committing fraud. So you do want to use the store.
Yeah.
So that you know what you're getting.
Yeah. You do want to go in there and buy the right thing. Don't buy the. Well, you're not going to really save. That's not a place to save. Let me just say it. All your devices and tools is not the place to save money on.
Exactly.
I mean, you got statements. Go save money somewhere else.
Yeah, because
somewhere else.
Invest in a case. Invest in the Apple Care or the whatever. If your Samsung has Samsung Care or whatever it is, invest in the care package from the manufacturer.
Of themselves.
Yeah, because you really want somebody that's going to be there with you if something goes bad. And if you bought it, they'll tell you in a minute. What if you bought some substandard cord and it burns up your phone, they're not replacing that.
No, they're not doing anything. When we had bought our first, in this country, bought our first VCR those days, and my daughter climbed up and the whole thing came crashing down. She stuffed peanut butter and jelly sandwich in the VCR. For some reason, she thought that was
like a toaster.
Yeah. And, we got there to fry this peanut butter. I mean, she couldn't talk, so of course I'm so mad with her, but she can't explain anything. But I paid for whatever, so I did, and they sent me a number, and I called the guy, and he was just dying with laughter. He said, "Don't worry, we're just going to send a new one out, and I'm going to try to replace that, fix that for you. Put it in the garbage, consider it done, and it wouldn't be hurt." So.
And can we use this in our testimonials?
Oh my God,
that's got to be a good one.
That's funny.
So
those money in the right place.
So don't cheap out on the tech, people. That is not what you do.
Don't cheap out on the tech.
Get the best that you can afford to get and take good care of it. Really, because especially if you're using it for business. And here's the other thing. Don't let the kids have one. Don't let them play with your stuff, not your business stuff. They need to get their own.
Yes.
Give them something that you don't care that it gets messed up, but do not let them work on your business stuff. We love the kids. We love the kids, but they don't get to know. You end up with pop-ups and crap on stuff, and you want to know what happened.
Yes.
Nope,
yes.
Just don't do it.
That reminds me of my PC days, like my full-on. That's all I had. That's all I did, and I got on there, and I wanted to kill myself.
You're trying to figure out what is going on, and
Don't let them get on there at all. You want to keep your business separate, and you want to buy. By now, everybody should have their own home computer where anybody can go on and do whatever, but not one that's for business.
Right.
Mostly everybody have individual these days, so I guess it's not a big thing. But every now and then, there's still people who have a family, want to sell for that purpose. Let it stay family, and don't involve it in your business, even if you're now starting out. Actually, you're better off just going to your library and doing stuff there and then getting home, if that's what you need to do until you bring some dollars in. Don't forget to go to the library, Even our library got a laptop these days that you can borrow and go sit aside. There's desktop and there's laptop, and there's room for the people who want to go in there and work. You guys go at a certain time in the mornings, you could literally go there and do business stuff. You can get a room, you can get a quiet space, just put your name down. So if you don't know about it, get to your library and check it out and see what you have, because you never know until you check it, right? Thanks.
Yep. Thank you, Karen. That's a good reminder. We really need to, if you need quiet space, because we always talk about non-negotiable time for you, then go get some headsets, get to the library, zone out and do your stuff. Get your work done.
Mm-hmm. The distraction is real. Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know how to quiet those stuff inside of you, people just come and enlarging what's happening inside of you. Even though we've seen the people outside, they just come in enlarging what's happening inside.
Yeah. So we are at the top of the hour. Any other stories or anything anybody like to share before we sign off for today?
I think it's old. It's about 2 years old, but I wanted to talk about it, and I keep forgetting. You guys know about Steve?
Who?
Steve.
Steve?
Steam. Steam. S-T-E-E-M.
No, Steam. No, what is Steam?
No? I thought you guys might know that. I wanted to bring it to the table several times. I think they know what that is.
No, well, tell us what Steam is, please.
Okay, so Steam is where you can go. It's more like a blogging place to go, but you gain currency. So I just applied for it. I think you have to apply and you have to wait for them to get back to you. So I applied, I'm waiting. So I haven't got to go in there and really dive in too much, but there's somebody I follow on YouTube and he does Steam, so that's how I learned about Steam. And I'm going to talk about it, at least mention it to you guys. You can go in and check it out and see what it's all about. And if you want to, but finally, it's almost like...
Is this a game site? Is it a gaming site?
Some people go in there for games, but it's way more than just games.
It's a social media platform.
Yeah. But could I tell you guys something, what I've been learning? A lot of people who do gaming, even though gaming is not my thing, but I'm getting into just watching. I'm an observer right now, not playing any game. But I'm learning techniques that, shall I dare say, that can transition itself over to business. Don't look at games only as the game playing and winning games. There's just so much other conversations that happen there. At least if you like I've been following and noticing some patterns. So it's a place where you blog and you gain currency and you go in and you follow all the blogs and you talk to them and you make money that way. It's not money in your hand, but it's some kind of currency. Just like how we have the Bitcoin and that sort of thing. Same kind of idea. It's not that, but same kind of idea. When I get in a little more, I could explain a little more, but I still wanted to just talk about it, tell you guys about it, and you guys can check for yourself and see.
Okay, we'll go and check it out.
It's the weekend coming up, so I know you like Tinker friends, so and I've been tinkering myself. So I can't remember the name of the other one, but when I do, maybe next Friday, I'm gonna write those notes down. I'm feeling like pardon me, like I'm not taking that Terry and Fran area. But every now and then I see things that's looking interesting. So I'm going to start writing it down so I can speak on it better.
So, what do we put in our search engine if we're looking for this?
STEEM.
Yeah, STEM. It's like a thing with blue, 2 sets of blue, just wiggly. Yes.
Yeah, it's something like this. Like that. This is Steam. And so I think we just need to check it out, see what's going on. So.
Good. So that's what I got for you guys today.
Thank you, Karen. Karen's bringing us, we're taking us all into the atmosphere.
That was big.
All right. I have nothing else. Anybody else?
I'm good.
All right. With that, then we just want to say thank you for tuning in live and on the replay. Be sure to follow someone else here, and then make sure you check out Coach Karen on Wednesdays and TJ on Tuesdays for money mindset, and then social media and digital marketing. Every week we always have some really good things. Monday we'll be having a guest on. I'm not sure who our guest is this Monday, but this Monday we will have on Coffee Thoughts. Let's see. Monday. Oh, Katarina Rondo will be with us Monday.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Katarina Rondo will be here. Will be our guest on Monday. You all will like her. She is vibrant. She is an eye.
Yes, the party will be on.
Yes. So, Karen, you'll love her. You both of you all will be fantastic. She likes to party. So, So Katarina Rondo will be with us on Monday, and so enjoy your weekend. Play with your technology. Don't be afraid of it. Like Terry said, don't be scared. Just get in there and play with it. You can't break it. And we'll be back next week.
All right.
All right. Thank you all so much. And I appreciate your time. And we'll see you, Terry.
Don't forget to go to the front of your own mind. We'll see you soon.